you guys, my name is Elizabeth Hong and I am doing my vocabulary strategy on the book called The Home Front of the Revolutionary War by Paul Cattell. The strategy that I will be using today is called Word Sort. The content area and grade level of the book is the content areas in social studies and the grade level is 6th grade. So the vocabulary strategy that I chose is called word search. A word search is a vocabulary strategy that is used to familiarize students with the vocabulary of a new topic or a book. The steps of the word sort is teachers provide students with a list of terms or concepts from reading materials. Students then place words into different categories based on each word's meaning. Categories can be defined by the teacher or by the students. Alright, we're going to read two passages, and the first I'm going to read it and then you're going to read it by yourself independently. Alright, so the first passage is called Why Did We Fight the Revolutionary War? Today, the United States of America is one of the strongest nations in the world. This makes it difficult to imagine how close the American colonies were to failing in their revolution. The supporters of the Declaration of Independence risked their lives in a rebellion against the most powerful nation in the world in 1776. In 1760, George III became King of Great Britain. He signed the Treaty of Paris with France in 1762 to end the French and Indian War. The British gained control of Canada and the land east of the Mississippi River. However, Great Britain had a large debt from the war. Alright, so the second passage is called the British Acts. King George III and the British Parliament believed that colonists in North America should help pay for the French and Indian War and the protection provided by British troops. They passed acts that required the colonists to pay taxes. The colonies responded by boycotting British goods. Colonists formed groups such as the Son of Liberties to take action against the acts. Events turned violent in Boston in 1770. British troops fired on a rowdy crowd that was protesting British taxes. Sam Adams called it the Boston Massacre. He used the events to gain support for American independence from Great Britain. King George III ordered General Thomas Gage to use military force to keep Britain's authority and control in Massachusetts. In 1775, months before the beginning of the Declaration of Independence, the Revolutionary War began. Alright, now that I read it once to you guys, I want you guys to read the passages independently. Alright, so we're going to do a closed word search with the vocabulary words at the top in the word bank. A closed word search is that the teacher decides what categories you're going to put the vocabulary words in, and I chose causes of the Revolutionary War and the effects of the Revolutionary War. Of course, you would do this independently before, and then we'll go over it as a class. So some of the causes of the Revolutionary War is debt. Debt is something that you borrow money from somebody and you're planning on repaying them back in the future. The French and Indian War is when Britain and France and New France were fighting over land. It was a 7 years war. They were fighting over who owned what land. The effects of the Revolutionary War. Boycotting British goods. Britain thought that North America had to pay for part of the French and Indian War. And North America didn't believe that they had to pay for any of their debt because they didn't take out the money. So they started boycotting British goods. Boycotting British goods is like you don't buy anything from Britain, you don't sell or trade or anything from Britain. The Sons of Liberty was a group that got together to try to abolish the act of of having to repay back Britain. And then the Boston Massacre was when Britain just shot a whole bunch of people up in North America. So that was one of the effects of the Revolutionary War.